Hi guys, Xavier here, bringing you a new video. Today I'm actually going to be doing a top 10 anime list for you. I haven't done an update in 2 years. I think my last video was in 2013, so... I got my top 10 favorite anime right here, and I really want to share it with you guys. And, I really hope, if you haven't seen any of these, I highly recommend every single last one of them for you to check out. So here we go, and I hope you enjoy. At number 10, we have Death Note. Death Note is a really great series if you're into, psychological stuff, and there's a lot of detective work in here too. It's definitely been one of my favorites for a very long time. It's also really popular. I'm sure most of you have probably already seen it or read it. And if you notice, this is the manga, because I actually recommend the manga version over the anime version, because I really like the ending in this manga better. And it's a nice long read as far as manga go, because a lot of them anymore can be pretty short. You can read a whole one in an hour, and this will take 2-3 hours to read, because there's a lot of dialogue. So I think it's really cool, and I really like the manga over the anime, so I highly recommend this one to anybody. At number 9, this is a fairly recent anime. I just watched this for the first time last year, and I couldn't believe how good this one was. It was really funny, and it's also really dark, and I could relate to a lot of it, actually, and it was Welcome to the NHK. I think I first tried this out on Netflix for like, I think the first 5-6 episodes maybe, and then I'm just like, okay, I'm done. I have to buy this anime. It's really funny, and it'll make you laugh out loud, but at the same time they take matters seriously in their own way, and it's just a really good anime if you like comedies, really. But I think you'll get more out of it than just a few laughs. So definitely check this one out. Now for number 8, I got Trigun. This one's also it's an action anime, but it's also very funny. Especially the first half of this anime, you'll be laughing out loud every episode, and it's so well put together. I mean, this is definitely one of my favorites. Obviously, it's on this list. But if you really like action anime and even futuristic dash western sort of anime, I think you would really like this. But this is definitely an anime, especially if you're starting out. I think this would be a great anime to start out with, and I highly, highly recommend this one. Here at number 7 is Cowboy Bebop. It's no surprise. I think this anime is at least somewhere on everybody's list. I mean, at least in the West here, this anime's had a huge impact on anime popularity, and it's so good. It's in the future, and it's basically like about an everyday life of this bounty hunting crew, and it's so well done, and the voice acting is amazing, and the artwork in this is so good. It's one of the greatest anime of all time, according to the back part. So, but it's a little lower on my list because actually it's really hard to put together this list, and there's just so many good anime, and that's why it's a little lower on my list. Trust me, the rest are really, really good, and I highly recommend all of them. So, but definitely check out Cowboy Bebop. Here's number 6. Number 6 might surprise you. A lot of people either have heard of it and never watched it, or haven't heard of it at all. So, without further ado, we have Blue Gender. This anime is so freaking good. You never hear anybody talking about this anime. It is so good, especially the first half. The second half, it gets kind of weird, but it's still really good. It pretty much explains just about everything. It's one of those anime that tie up everything pretty well, but it might not be the way that you want it to end. But I think that's what was brilliant about this anime. It's really good, especially the first half. It's about humans on pretty much the brink of extinction, and these giant bug alien creatures have come out of nowhere and basically started eating people. And it's a story about survival. And it's, especially the first half, again, it's so well done to me. I love this anime so much. And maybe in the future might even grow higher. I've seen this anime twice now, but I have a lot of other anime that I really, really enjoy. So it was really hard because I really wanted to put this up higher, but I couldn't knock any of my others down. But definitely give Blue Gender a try. It's definitely worth it. Alright guys, we're at the halfway point at number 5, and this anime is Gurren Lagann. Over the top, funny, action, but it's over the top in the best way possible. My versions, I got the 3 box sets when they were first coming out, and this one's falling apart a little bit, as you can see on top. It's pretty broken and kind of, just beat up because it's really cheap stuff. But this is a really, really good anime. I think you can get the complete series in one box set now. I have 3 box sets, but I think it's a fairly expensive anime to get anymore. But it's so good. It's over the top and zany, and it can pull at your heartstrings, and it just makes you want to stand up and shout. And it's just so good, and the animation is beautiful. I remember watching this for the first time on Anna Mondays on Sci-Fi when they had that, and I instantly fell in love. And at that time, this was my favorite anime. This was right before I discovered my current number 1, which I'm obsessed with. But Gurren Lagann, I think any anime fan would really enjoy Gurren Lagann. So if you haven't seen this yet, it's been out for a little while now. If you haven't seen this yet, definitely check this one out. Alright, now for my number 4 pick. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Code Geass. And I have both box sets, Code Geass, and this one's Code Geass R2. And I have this one here because I feel like R2 is actually better than the first season. The first season was absolutely brilliant and amazing. And I came into this one kind of like, kind of weary, because I'm like, how are they going to pull off how great the first season was? Can they do it here? And yes, definitely. The ending, as far as an ending goes in an anime, I think this anime was perfect. Some people might not agree with me, but they tie up pretty much everything. And again, like Blue Gender, the ending wraps up everything perfectly, but might not be the ending that you really wanted. And again, I think that's brilliant. And I wasn't expecting it, but this anime is just so good. It's so rewarding to watch this. And I highly, highly recommend watching Code Geass. Even if you haven't seen R2 yet. R2, I know the second box set is fairly expensive compared to the first one. I don't know why. But definitely check out Code Geass and definitely check out R2. Right, here at number 3, this one's actually a manga, because the anime is actually really, really hard to find right now. I think they only ever made 1 box set and stopped making or producing the anime box sets. And the manga is still expensive too, but they're reprinting it, so it's a little bit easier to get, but not for me, because they're reprinting it in their perfect editions, which is about 3 volumes for one. I'm still missing them, and it doesn't make sense to get rid of the series I have now and buy the new one. But enough about rambling about that. My number 3 pick is Naoki Urasawa's Monster. This series is amazing. It's my favorite piece from Naoki Urasawa. He has a couple other good ones. My other favorite of his is 20th Century Boys, but I haven't finished that series yet. But Naoki Urasawa's Monster is really good. It doesn't have real monsters in it. It's not like that. It's literally about a human monster, and it's so good. The whole journey through this one's 18 volumes long, but the anime is like 70 something episodes. But it'll have you on the edge of your seat, and it's really kind of an adult anime, and it's just so well put together. It's sort of like a detective story, and you have like all the perspectives of all these different people who are affected by the main villain, especially the main character who is Dr. Kenzo Tenma. And you have to check this series out. You just have to, if you haven't already, that is. Now this is number 2. It might shock some people because it's such a mainstream anime, but I don't care because I am so in love with this anime. It is so good, and I'm so glad it has the recognition it does, because you don't see really good anime like this all the time get the recognition it deserves. And this anime has become a phenomenon, and if you haven't guessed it already, number 2 is Attack on Titan, which is a brilliant anime. You'll be hooked from the first episode, no doubt. It's basically about the human race on the brink of extinction, and they have to fight titans. Sounds like another anime I have, right? But it is done differently, but this anime is just I'm always on the edge of my seat. I mean, this anime is like the king of cliffhangers. When I was watching this when it was first streaming in Japanese on Crunchyroll, and it's such a good anime, and most of you have probably seen it already, but if you haven't, you definitely need to check this anime out. It is so freaking good. I mean, even if you don't like anime, I think you would really enjoy this one. That's how good this one is. So, yeah, again, check it out. I'm going to do a quick recap of some of my runner-up anime. I have 3 runner-ups here, and I'm going to just show them to you real quick and give a quick explanation. Or it's not a number, is it? This is my first runner-up, which is Aruka 7. When this anime came out on Adult Swim, I was so hooked to this series, and I still love it today. I haven't seen the new one yet. I heard it actually isn't nearly as good as the original, but I still really want to see it. But Aruka 7 is a really good anime, and this was on my last list actually, but I took it off because there was just a couple other anime that I felt I enjoyed even more. And but this, no way is this not a good anime. This is a really good anime, and it's a love story. It's a mech, and it has a lot of action. It has a lot of about people just, kicking back about their everyday lives and just trying to struggle against what they're given. And there's a lot of undertones in the series too, which is another reason why I like it. So definitely give this a try. I'm gonna just go ahead and show you my next runner-up, which is Neon Genesis Evangelion. This is also a really great series. It's really psychological, and it's a mecha, and it has really beautiful action anime sequences, and I absolutely love that about this. It has probably one of the worst endings unless you watch the movie, but definitely give this a try. I mean, I think every anime fan should definitely check this one out. So there's that one. This next one might shock a few people. I don't think it's that popular of an anime, but I think it needs some recognition. So my last runner-up is Noin. Now, Noin is really, really psychological, and the animation is a little bit different in their approach to the design of the characters, and you can get really lost if you're not paying attention, but it's really, really good anime, and I don't think it gets enough love, and I really think it needs to. So if you haven't seen Noin, watch it. I don't know if it's any easier getting anymore. This box set, when I first got it, was pretty expensive because, that. But definitely check this out. Now, for my number 1 favorite anime series is actually a manga. Because I prefer the manga more than the anime. And if you know me, you already know what it is. Berserk. This is my favorite It's my favorite series in any medium. I really mean that. This is such a good series. This series is an absolute masterpiece. It's still ongoing. The manga is currently 37 or 38 volumes. I'd actually have to go back over there and check. But the anime is about 24 episodes, and there's also 3 movies that recap the anime. But anyway, you can, experience Berserk. Experience it. Because this is the best anything ever. At least in my opinion. If you have your own opinion, that's perfectly fine too. But I could tell you this entire series. I could just sit here and tell you everything. I could tell you all the nuances. I could tell you all the undertones. I could tell you pretty much everything. Because I've probably read this manga at least a dozen times with every volume. And that's insane. I've seen the anime I don't know how many times. Probably just as much. If not more. And I love this series. And I really think if you can handle blood and gore, because this is a very bloody and gory series. It's about the middle. It's in the Middle Ages. Sorry. It takes place in the Middle Ages, and it's about Guts trying the main character Guts and his life, and it's really action oriented. But there's so much to this series, especially the volumes. Basically, the first 13 volumes are the most important, but you want to read on after those as well, because the anime only covers the first 13 volumes. And you want to go on further because it gets even better. Well, maybe not, but the action and it all makes sense if you check this out. But I promise the series is good. And I know a lot of people who said they've only heard of it, and I'm probably one of those fans who are like, try it. Why is this not on your list? Have you seen it yet? So, I'm not that bad, I promise. But I really hope you guys try this out, because it's definitely worth it. Oh, and if you get the manga too, the artwork. This is some of his early work, just something, and this is all hand drawn. And can you imagine this on crack with 10 times better artwork now? And it's an absolute masterpiece. So I urge you to check out Berserk. So thank you guys for watching. I'm pretty sure this is going to be shorter than my last one. My last one dragged on for way too long, and I hope that you try out some of these series. Because they're all really good. If you have an anime I might not have listed, unless it's one of the big 3 or 4 anime, because I've seen those obviously, put it down in the comment section. I'm always willing to try out a new anime if I haven't seen it yet, and there's still plenty out there I haven't seen. So thank you guys for watching, and have a wonderful day.